Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Our humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Puji Gurudev, Puji Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Yoga Research Foundation, Miami, Florida. Thank you, Gurudev, for bestowing your grace upon each one of us. Because of you, your effort, non-stop, selfless effort, we are studying all these scriptures, and many who may not understand Hindi very well, because of you now they are able to understand this Upanishad and many other scriptures, because you have translated into English. No matter how much thank you we say, it's not enough for us. It's just a drop in the ocean. We humbly lie down at the holy lotus feet of Puji Gurudev. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sharanagatam, Sharanagatam, Sharanagatam. Shukrana, Shukrana, Shukrana. Blessed Self Adorations. Katha Upanishad, the mystery of the soul. Chapter 1, Section 3, Mantra number 14, Day 39. Katha Upanishad, translated into English by Puji Gurudev, Puji Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj. We completed mantra number 13 yesterday, and we ended with, we had talked about 4 stages of yogic movement. And these 4 stages are in this mantra number 13, which we studied yesterday. When the mind is unruffled by the senses, this is the first stage. When the mind does not dwell upon the objects of the world, one is at the second stage of yogic movement. So senses do not bother the mind. Senses cannot take over the mind. That's number 1. The second is the senses do not think about the worldly objects. That's the second stage. And then in the second stage, the aspirant becomes accomplished at concentration, meditation, and spiritual reflection. So he gradually ascends the ladder of meditation and samadhi. That's the main thing here in stage 2. See, even in stage 2 you start getting that. That's all about controlling your mind and being able to sustain yourself and stay away from the sense pleasures, the worldly pleasures, attractions, the lights, the enjoyments of the senses. So at the second stage, you are there with being stronger with concentration, meditation, and spiritual reflection, and you are ascending to the ladder of meditation and samadhi. The mind consisting of worldly desires is retained by the intellect, which reveals the futility of all the objects of the world. This is the nature of the restraining mind by the intellect, or allowing the mind to be absorbed in the intellect. When the intellect, number 3 is when the intellect becomes free from the illusions of the ego self it unites with the cosmic mind, and that is called a yogi experiences Brahmakara Vritti, the thought process that flows to Brahman. And then the yogi experiences Savikalpa Samadhi. And this is the state of increasing superconsciousness as the fire of wisdom continues to burn down the forest of egoistic impressions that abide in the depths of Chitta, the unconscious. And then at this level, level 3, what happens is that the intellect is absorbed in the cosmic mind. So all our minds are connected to the cosmic mind. And then cosmic mind is absorbed into the Supreme Self. And that is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That is stage 4. So when the fire of wisdom in the form of thought process of Brahman, that means that's the thought process that goes direct to Brahman, that is the fire of wisdom. And once the fire of wisdom in the form of thought process of Brahman has consumed the forest of karmas, that means there's forest and forest of heaps and heaps of karmas lagging from our past life. So as you reach these stages, those forests are burnt down. Those heaps of karmas are turned into ashes. The forests are turned into ashes as you meditate, as you concentrate, as you contemplate. So that is why timing is so important. Your japa, tapa, meditation, concentration, reflection, all these burns down your karmas. Means anything wrong that we did in our past lives, we all have done it. That is why we are in the human embodiment, but we did not do that terribly bad. That's why we are in the human form. And if we had done perfect in our past life, in our immediate past life, if we had done perfect, we would not have been born even in the human form. We would have been liberated. So we have to work hard in this life. God is so merciful. He continues to give us the chance. Okay, you have another human embodiment. Try this time. So whatever you had done good in your past life, it's not wasted. You continue from where you had stopped in your past life, and then you ascend. But the chances are that if you go astray, if you don't get company of bad people, or you learn something wrong, that means you are going into downward spiral also. So human embodiment is you accumulate the good and the bad. You are purging. You can purge your bad karmas, you can make good karmas, or you can be like just making bad karmas. So all is possible in this human embodiment. So we have to work very hard towards wanting to be. First of all, you have to want to be spiritual. You want to uplift your soul and not run after the glamorous world and sense pleasures. So the fourth stage is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the highest form of super consciousness. This Samadhi does not depend upon mental process. Here the cosmic mind is absorbed in the Supreme Self. So it is very, very rapid. Very quickly you get into Samadhi. Very quickly you are in that final stage of Samadhi, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and it does not take too long to get there. That's when you are in the fourth stage. So practice makes perfect, as they say. Yes, very true. The more you practice, the better you become, and the more forests you burn down. The divinity that abides in the cosmic mind must be meditated upon. This is what is the last paragraph of mantra 13. The divinity that abides in the cosmic mind must be meditated upon and worshipped with devotion in order to destroy the veil of ignorance that deludes the individual soul. When a person develops surrender to the divine self and allows his body, chariot, to be driven by divine Krishna, he is bound to attain victory over the forest of ignorance. So when you surrender every action to the Lord, then your forest, not only the forest bend down, your past karmas, but also your forces of ignorance is gone. So mantra number 14, wake up, arise, having approached the wise sages, attain the knowledge of the self. This path that leads to the knowledge of truth is like a razor's edge, difficult to tread due to its subtlety. It's very subtle. Thus say the wise. Okay, so overcome by ignorance, the individual soul turns away from the light of reason. It is unable to sustain a vigilant intellect that consistently reveals the difference between the self and the not self. Lack of discrimination leads to the sleep of inertia, in which the deluded souls continue to wander from one dream to another. Just like you dream tonight, and tomorrow night you will have another dream, third night you'll have another dream, and you keep dreaming, you keep wandering from here to there in the illusions of the dreams, because when you wake up there's nothing. You dreamt you won a lottery. When you wake up, do you have that money? No. Why? Because it was just illusion. It didn't really exist. It was just a dream. We always say it was just a dream. So same way is this world process. It's just like a dream. When the soul departs, then the soul realizes, oh my God, I was sleeping not night by night, but I had a long sleep. And it was all the dream that I was experiencing, and I just woke up from that dream, and therein another world, another day, another life. So lack of discrimination leads to the sleep of inertia, in which the deluded souls continue to wander from one dream to another. Just as normal sleep gives rise to dreams, so too the sleep of ignorance gives rise to a perverted vision characterized by the development of ahamta and mamta. What is ahamta and mamta? This deluded world, that's what it gives. Ahamta is I-ness and mamta is mindness. Mind, everything, mind. And what does mind do? It explodes. Full of bombs, just exploding when we have ahamta and mamta, I-ness and mindness. So it is nothing I-ness, nothing mindness, oh Lord, it is all thineness. Everything is yours. Not even this body goes with us, but what you create through your karma, your action, that goes with you. Good goes, bad goes. And based on that, the dealing is done. Either you are born again or you are liberated. It's quite simple. If you put that as an equation, that is not too difficult to understand. These are the expressions of ahamta, I-ness, means I am this body, I am happy, I am unhappy, I am healthy or sick, I am strong, I am weak, I am blessed with great fortune, I am sunk in grief. All these are the expressions of I-ness. These and numerous other expressions of that I-ness are termed ahamta. Aham, 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 ahamta. Similarly, there are expressions such as, this is mine, this is yours, these properties belong to me, he is my friend, that person is my enemy, these objects will be mine. So these are the expressions of mamata, mindness, that brings attachment. From the sleep of ignorance, there arise the dreams of ahamta and mamata. Just because you have ignorance, that's where that arises. It is mine, it is thine, I did it, just like we already talked about it. But the soul burdened by the impressions of perverted vision and lack of reason, identifies itself with a mortal body. It's so many times it's taken like this body will live forever. Everything we do is like this body, or we will live forever. This body will exist forever. It loses its intrinsic awareness of immortality and infinity, and believes that it is nothing but this limited personality. Thus the soul wanders from one dream to another, means one birth to another birth, one embodiment to another embodiment. It could be any type of embodiment based on the karmas. Human life in this world process is like drifting from one dream to another. Therefore, the Upanishad asks the aspirants to wake up. Wake up from where? Wake up from this sleep of ignorance. Because just now, be aware. Come to this awareness that this body is limited. And what is important, not only that you run after the worldly things that will be left behind, but also let your soul progress. There's not only food for body, but there is food for soul also. And saints and sages and rishi munis, they are the doctors of the soul. They do not attach to the body in terms of the fact that they know this body is limited. And so many times it's like it is thought that, oh my God, they don't have this, they don't know this. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. But the concentration is on the soul. What am I feeding my soul? That's the question we all should ask. I'm feeding so much to this body. Of course it is needed. Otherwise this body won't be sustained. Otherwise this body cannot live or be alive. But the question for everything is how much. You can feed the soul as much as you can. it will continue to absorb. But this body, can you feed too much at one time? You feed in the morning, feed daytime, feed evening. You continue snacks during the daytime. You keep feeding and feeding. But every time you take something, you eat one meal and then you say, I'm full. But then a little bit later, you become hungry again. But then the soul, even it is recommended that even for the soul, when you feed your soul, don't feed it too much at one time. You can take it easy at the beginning, little bit, take break, and then another little bit, then take break. And if you are only doing the spiritual sadhana, otherwise set up time, morning, evening, daytime. But don't sit for meditation for too long to begin with. But you progress gradually. Take more and more time gradually so that you don't explode. And then become the doctors of the soul. Know your soul. How do you want to feed your soul? How you should feed your soul. So as you move towards your Atman, the veil in between the Jiva and the Atman is broken. And the Jiva becomes the Atman and then connects with the Paramatman. We already talked about this. So thus the soul, therefore the Upanishad asks the aspirants to wake up from the sleep of ignorance. But you must do more than just wake up from the sleep of ignorance. Okay, now you know it. You heard it, you read it, you attended satsanga, you read the scriptures, and now your ignorance is no longer there. You know it, you have the knowledge. Then what? You must also overcome the inertia and perverted vision that have clouded the intuitive eyes of the soul. That means parda ko hatana, parda ko todna, breaking the fetters, breaking the veil. So therefore the injunction wake up is followed by arise. That means don't only just open your eyes and keep lying in the bed. What do? Yeah, you can keep lying there for a little bit. And after that, you have to arise. You have to wake up. You have to start walking. You have to start doing your work daily. Think of it like that. Don't just have, that is why it's called Jnana Yoga. You take the Jnana. Yes, you have to. But then just the knowledge, the Jnana is not enough. You have to bring in Bhakti. You have to bring in Adha Yoga in there. Jnana Yoga, add on the Karma Yoga, add on the Bhakti Yoga, and add on the Dhyana Yoga. All these are important, but at the same time, the Hatha Yoga, why is it also included in there? Raj Yoga is Hatha Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So Hatha Yoga is the exercise, some actions that works through the channels, your chakras, the energy centers are opened and it connects to the energy centers outside and brings in that energy through the channels, through the chakras into your body, works on the nerves, nadis, and then it works onto the entire body, the organs, the cells, and every aspect of your body. And then it also works on the mind, so brings in stability. So that is why you need to sustain your body also. That is why all this integral yoga, hence follow all the paths. And then with the Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga, again there are the steps that you need to follow. Yama and Niyama. Yama is what you don't do. Restraints. You are restrained from doing that. And Niyama is what you should do. So first step is Yama. Means stop doing anything wrong that you are doing. And then Niyama means start doing the correct things. And then there are more steps ahead, and then that's why that process is there. So you must approach an enlightened guru who has awakened from the sleep of ignorance. It is he who will be able to guide you on the difficult path to self-realization. The guru here, guru, removes the darkness, shows you the path, and that path to be treaded on is by you. The guru cannot tread the path for you. The guru can guide you, just like the surgeon who does the surgery. And there is a student who wants to learn. That student himself has to practice it. The surgeon who is teaching will only guide, can hold the hand maybe and then tell him do this. But you yourself have to learn and do it. So same way, like I am the patient, I need the surgery to be done. Can anybody else do it? Go on the surgery table for me? No. I am hungry. Can anybody else eat food for me? No. So same way here, the guru will always guide you and teach you the correct path that should be followed. And who will be performing the action? Who will be walking on that path? That's the aspirant. That's the student who has to do. So you must approach an enlightened guru who has awakened from the sleep of ignorance. It is he who will be able to guide you on the difficult path to self-realization. So you have to find a guru who is already walking on this path, who knows it, not somebody who is just there knowing or just has the knowledge and not practicing it. Of course, we do. At the beginning, we all slip back, and then what do? Are you going to be still lying there and saying who did it, what happened, why, and keep questioning? No, you have to stand up. You have to stand up and just say, what do I learn from this? You learn something and you start practicing it, and you move on. Continue your journey. If you had to stop, if your journey is from from one destiny to another, because there are many countries here, I don't want to use the path of the road or a highway or a freeway. If you are on your journey, say you are on Tirath Yatra, you are walking barefoot, trying to reach Ganga Ma, but you had to take some rest somewhere in the middle. So what do? Do you have to wake up and then go stand up and go back and then come again? No, you have to start your journey from where you left. So if some days you missed your sadhana, if some days something happened, there's some other important task that needs to be done, then it's okay. You can chant mentally while doing your chores, do something, and then right from there, the next day, you continue from there. your normal process. Continue from where you had left. So that's what needs to be done. And then you must approach and learn if you cannot do it on your own. And then the path to self-realization is subtle and difficult to follow. It is like a razor's edge in its subtlety and sharpness. When the intellect is rendered sharp and subtle by the instructions of a sage, it is able to pursue this road leading to self-realization. Just like we experience so many things while we are walking on this path, you will be judged very honestly, and people have some sort of knowledge in their mind or some sort of imagination in their mind. Like so many people think of appearance, and they think a sadhu or a sage or a saint should have big beard and wear orange robe and must be elderly with kind of gray beard, and they have that imagination of the outer look. And he must be in sadhana, he must be meditating whole day, and then they say, oh yeah, this is the right one. But you have to read the life story of other saints and sages, our ancient rishi munis, how things happened and how they were able to sustain themselves through difficult times. And they are human beings, but they are on the path of this sadhana. Once you start that path, you are not perfect. You are treading on that path. That is why it says you are treading on that path. It is said that whereas one who reaches the destiny, then they are different. So it is okay. All we have to say, it's okay. Somebody says something. Oh, you are like this. Oh, you are like that. That's okay. Just bear it. Just bear it and continue on your journey. You don't have to get distracted because all these tests come. A sage can get angry. A sage can be hungry for so long. A sage has to do whole day continue working. So you think when they work, the body does not get tired? And the expectation is a sage should not get tired. The sage should not eat. The sage should only beg and eat. These are all the thought process of these so many worldly people. And that is not right. There were rules made for the beginners that you have to go beg into 5 homes. If you get food, you eat. If you don't get food, don't eat. That was to teach them patience, teach them austerity, teach them so many things. And then after 10 years, 12 years, and then to begin with, you can't talk to your family, you can't meet them, you have to be away from them. And this is all because that is to make them strong. And then they are released once they have passed. They are beyond that attachment and everything. Then they are released. You can go anywhere. Don't have to remain in the ashram. So that's the rules that's made just to make the sages stronger. So all these tests that come in life, what it does, it makes us stronger and stronger. That's all I can say. It makes, I've personally experienced that, and I'm able to vouch that makes me stronger. It makes me better. It makes me to realize it's not about fighting back. It's not about deviating. It's not about worrying. It's about more surrender to the Lord, more surrender to the Guru, to our Guru, to my Guru, and then become stronger, get the blessings, become stronger. So that's how you should perform as you walk on this path, the razor edge sword. It is definitely razor edge. You will be able to sustain your sadhana. It is austerity. You sustain everything, you maintain it, but you cannot control the outside world. You can control your own self. And that is why we say abide in yourself. Of course, we are not deaf, we hear. Of course, we are not blind, we see. It's okay. Do not bring it in. Abide within, which has fountains and fountains of bliss sprouting. The coolness, the fountain of Gangama, and the light of thousands of suns that shines, the effulgence of that light that shines within the core of the heart. Sustain that, be within. So the path to self-realization is subtle and difficult to follow. It is like a razor's edge in its subtlety and sharpness. When the intellect is rendered sharp and subtle by the instructions of a sage, it is able to pursue this road leading to self-realization. With a dull intellect, one slips from the subtle path of yoga into the depths of delusion, and that is where patan hota hai. They say you go downward spiral because your dull intellect is helping you to slip. You have to be strong. You slip, you get up. Arise. Wake up and arise. Constant vigilance is absolutely necessary until the self is realized. So, anybody, anything? That is why inquiry. Ask yourself, see yourself, evaluate your own self. What happened? And then move on. Maintain that vigilance as he climbs a precious path. He keeps walking and walking. So just as a mountain climber must maintain vigilance as he climbs a precipitous height, so too an aspirant must maintain vigilance on the path of yoga. You have to have that inner strength. Under the guidance of a spiritual preceptor, the chitta of an aspirant, the chitta is the mind stuff, which includes ego also, intellect, and your subconsciousness, everything. So it includes some, that's why it's called mind stuff. So the chitta is the mind stuff that includes all these. The chitta of an aspirant is purified by karma yoga in the form of selfless service to humanity and by the practice of concentration, meditation and samadhi. So this is the prescription for you. Do some selfless service to humanity. Serve your Guru. See God in every Atman and serve them where, not only where needed. Don't think that this person is rich, but that person may be very hungry and very thirsty at that time because he is sick and he cannot carry it himself. So serve. Don't think that, oh, he's a rich person, why should I buy water for him? Don't think that. Buy it if you have to. Give food if you have to. Pick up anything that fell from somebody's pocket and give it to him. That's a service, selfless service. You may or may not know. Or tell them, excuse me, something fell off. Because you may be saving that person's life or misery for life, maybe, if you help somebody in those terms. So under the guidance of a spiritual preceptor, the chitta of an aspirant is purified by karma yoga in the form of selfless service of humanity and by the practice of concentration, meditation and samadhi. In a purified chitta, the knowledge of the self dawns, because you cannot ask for self-realization. You have to walk and walk and walk on the path, and all of a sudden it will dawn, just like it says here. It will dawn. Just like sometimes we say, oh, now I remember. You lost something, you put something somewhere, you forgot. And then you keep searching and searching and searching here, there, here, there, here, there. And then out of blue, you are not even searching. You are sitting somewhere, and then that memory comes. So, oh, now I remember where I put it. That moment. Yes, you all must have experienced that. So that's exactly what happens. All of a sudden you are in bliss. All of a sudden there are many things that happen. Then you say, oh, this is it. So the knowledge of the self dawns, and the night of ignorance is dispelled forever. For the dawn of the eternal day of self-realization, an aspirant must wake up, arise. Why is the path leading to Brahman so difficult and subtle? This is explained in the following mantra, which is mantra number 15. So we are told that it is so subtle, and it is subtle, yes, but we will learn tomorrow why it is so subtle, why the path to Brahman is so subtle, that any moment anybody can slip away. So, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And next session will be on mantra number 15, that says the self is without sound, without touch, without form, without taste, and without smell. It's only this body in between that has these senses, whereas the self, the Atman, no. It's just a witness. So, indestructible. It is indestructible, eternal, beginningless, endless, immutable, and is greater than the great. Having known this self, one attains freedom from the jaws of death. That's the time you know, my is that big Atman. That's the one when we talk about I. That big I is the real I. Not this body, not the senses, not the mind, not the intellect, not the ego. All these are the mind stuff, the chitta. Even though the chitta goes with the jiva or the soul, it is attached until it's all shed off, and then the self is realized. But you can be self-realized while still in this human embodiment. It's called Jivan Mukta. And Swamiji very gracefully says A Jivan Mukta does not mean will not have pain on the toes if somebody steps onto the toes. Of course, there will be pain, but this is very important knowledge. But what happens? Does he get angry to say, "Why did you step on my toe? I'm in pain"? No, he will bear the pain. So when you get insulted, just bear the pain. Bear insult, bear injury. That's what Gurudev teaches us. Bear insult, bear injury. But at the beginning, it's very difficult when you are insulted, when you are said something otherwise where you know you are not that. Momentarily something happened. You read the life of Durvasa Rishi. Durvasa Rishi was a rishi who used to get very angry, and that anger was because he was in austerity and it was through the Lord. And through anger, certain things were taught because he needed to pass on that. He did so many things, and people would run away that, oh, he's coming, he might curse me with anger. And he did so many things to Lord Krishna even, and to his queens, and it was all because it had to be purged. Certain things had to be purged and prepared for the future. So either it is purging the past or it is in preparation for the future. So these are the subtle knowledge that you get the knowledge, but you start practicing. It doesn't come overnight. It happens slowly. If you are vigilant, just like this mantra said, be vigilant, observe and say, where did I fail? And then you continue with your austerity of sharpening yourself, making yourself better and better without complaint. You might feel the pain to begin with, but then it will go away. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Asato Ma Sadagamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Divine love, light, peace, prosperity, bliss, healing, and auspiciousness to you and your near and dear ones. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda from Sacramento, California. Harihi Om Tat Sat.